gubernatorial candidate, Tudor Dixon. Tudor, looking at all of these polls, what jumps out at you? Because this is a conservative economist who told me this today. She is using the language of Republicans.
Yeah.
And
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. And if people believe her, that's dangerous for Republicans.
Well, I think that's what jumps out at me most is that people don't believe her, because we were told that after the DNC, she was going to skyrocket, that she was going to take Trump down and it was going to be amazing and she would be so far ahead, but she isn't. They are really literally neck and neck right now. So people are still trying to figure her out. They don't believe her. She's going to these, every time she goes out and she speaks publicly, this polls for her just are stagnant or they're going down. She's not gaining any momentum, and she should be right now. If she were the savior that they thought she was going to be, then at this point right now, people would be like, oh, Harris is, there's no doubt, I'm going with her. The more she talks, the more people say exactly what you were saying, Dagan. This is someone who's talking in circles, and yet she's saying nothing. She's not telling us her policy. She may be talking like a Republican, but Republicans are seeing through that, and independents are saying, I'm not getting what I'm asking for. I'm not hearing anything of substance. She's failing, or she would be way ahead.
Yes, language of Republicans, but not policies of Republicans. She's trying to dupe the voter. But let's shift gears to your home state, battleground Michigan, which spoke to, by the way, Trump spoke to voters in Flint and made big promises to the auto industry. Take a look at this.
I won't say that to other states, I promise. About your state, you are going to have plants built at a level that you haven't seen in 50 years. If I don't win, you will have no auto industry within 2 to 3 years. It'll all be gone because you will not have any manufacturing plants. China is going to take over all of your business. I'm telling you right now, I'm putting a 200% tariff on, which means they're unsellable. Unsellable in the United States.
You know, that has to be music to Michigan voters' ears.
Absolutely. And he's so right on so many levels. Look, in Michigan right now, we are under the rule of a climate czar, and we know that that's the same situation if Harris gets elected. So you would not only have Whitmer, but you would have Harris, who are saying, OK, we're going to 100% electric vehicles. Well, in the state of Michigan, we make gas-powered vehicles. We don't make electric vehicles. And they're trying to jam all of these battery factories onto us that are coming from China. Trump is saying, look, I'm not going to have China come and buy up your land and put forever chemicals into your land. And that's a big concern for us here in Michigan. We've already had to clean up forever chemicals for decades. And now we're bringing in these factories from China that have had no environmental review. And Trump is telling the people here he is going to keep us protected. He is going to make sure we are safe and we are manufacturing in a safe way, in an American way. And that is not what you're hearing from the other side. They want to bring in our enemies and give them our land and have them manufacture something that doesn't actually work in Michigan, because I don't know if you guys have noticed, but it gets pretty cold here in the winter, and batteries don't exactly last.
The tailpipe emissions regulations are forcing the automakers to make and sell electric vehicles that lose them money. Ford will lose $5 billion this year. They will not survive, not even with the hundreds of billions of dollars in subsidies from the government. They will have to get bailed out unless that is reversed. And they show no sign of reversing it.
Right, and think about that. That is big government at its finest. And you just heard Beth Van Duyn, who was saying they want big government. They want to come in with these socialist ideas where government is going to come in and hold you up and save you. That's what they did with that emissions rule. That's a rule that they're making into a law. This is the unelected bureaucrats that are making this rule. That's how scary this is, that you have these agencies that are forcing companies. They're taking away the free market. How can we be endorsing anyone who takes away the free market from the beautiful country of America?
Right.
Yeah. Now to this, Senator Lizzie Warren. She's terrified of Trump's rhetoric. Watch this.
And you hear this fight, fight, fight chant, which you heard Trump do right after the shooting in Butler. We saw that once again on Truth Social. That does scare me a little bit.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
So I have to say, look, I'm a fighter. I've written books that talk about fighting, but I mean with words. That's all that this means.
You think she keeps that same energy when she hears this?
When we fight, we win.
When we fight, we win. There you go. When we fight, we win. God bless you.
So, Tudor, could Lizzie Warren be a hypocrite?
Well, for multiple reasons, but absolutely. And let's take a look at their rhetoric in general. I mean, fight. Generally, going out and fighting in politics does mean that you're just going to go fight the other side with words. We see it constantly, but that's not what their side is saying. Their side is calling us extremists. Their side is calling us threats. This is happening all down the line, but Trump is obviously getting it the worst. And you cannot tell me that they can come out today and say, oh, they can't come out and say we're going to fight. They're the problem, and that's why Trump has had 2 assassination attempts against him. At what point are they just going to say uncle and go, okay, we're actually going to play nice. We're not going to continue to tell the country that there will be no country if one of you gets elected, because no matter where you are, if you're a Republican, that's what the Democrats are saying about you. And you are put in danger every single day because every single day they call you a threat. I mean, look at the ads. They come up in big red letters, MAGA extremist, threat to democracy. That's what they put out there, and it's terrifying.
They'll never admit that they're wrong because they're members of a hate cult. That's why.
True.
Tudor Dixon, thank you so much. Great to see you.
Thank you, Tudor. All right.
Thank you.